Hey you guys, Liquid here, and welcome back to Let's Play Policenauts. Blind, where we left off, we were talking to Karen, Hojo. We're in Hojo's home, and Karen was very distraught with why we'd come here. She was cursing our name, basically saying, "Get lost, you piece of garbage, I hate you, you're everything that is wrong with my life." But we've convinced her otherwise. And we're checking out their home, and it's a pretty nice home. This is the crystal ball they've got. What? No, I don't want to. Oh no, I don't want to do that. No. Okay. I keep getting confused on the X and O thing because it's normally it's like X is confirm, but in this game it's like it's circle. And X is like the start menu. What's this? It's a biosphere. It serves as a model of the Celeste. Celeste stands for Closed Ecological Life Support System. You don't need to give it any food or oxygen. It's totally self-sufficient. Like this model, if the colony's balance were disturbed, it will become unable to support life. So it's just like, it's got the perfect, like it's got plants, and it's got like just the right amount of like plants to give off oxygen, just the right amount of animals to give off carbon dioxide. And just functions, I guess. The temperature is maintained at 25 degrees Celsius. The bacteria oxidize the inorganic waste, producing carbon dioxide and inorganic compounds. It was close. It's cool. It's a nice view you've got there. You don't have any screens for your windows? There are hardly any insects on Beyond, so window screens aren't that important. The only bugs you find here are ones like bees for pollinating flowers, and flies for decomposing waste, and earthworms for enriching soil. We never need to open a window either, really. Every house on Beyond comes complete with its own life support system. They're as self-contained as any spaceship. You never know when a leak in the colony could occur. I like opening the windows though. There's something relaxing about it. So like when she says the house has got a life support system, I take it like she doesn't just mean like air conditioning. So like, I guess like like it gives air and whatnot or something. That's a makeup stand. Mom gave it to me when I turned 20. In Japanese culture, you're regarded as an adult when you reach 20. The mirror that I used, the mirror that used to go on top is broken though. Now I just use it for the drawers. So let's actually speak to her. Let's ask her about her father. Karen, you seem, how should I put it, different in person than on television. You're still just as charming though, of course. They use CG to make me look better on camera. CG. Think of it as a digital makeup. It's to cover up my complexion. Now that's actually something pretty cool, where depending on when this thing came out, like that legitimately might have been a very futuristic thing. Like touching people's complexion and looks up or whatever digitally. Are you sick right now? Actually, my problem is more than temporary. Speak to her. Is it alright if we ask you a few questions? What would you like to know? That's a picture of Mom and Dad. Where'd you get it? Your mother gave it to me on home. Now let's just ask her Let's ask about her illness. Your mother was worried about an illness she said you have. Would you mind telling me about it? I have aplastic anemia. The hematopoietic stem cells in my bone marrow, the ones that create new blood, have become damaged, and I can't produce blood cells properly. I can become anemic, or get hemorrhages, or be more susceptible to infection. That's why you're so pale, is it? She should get that, white blood. How did you get such a serious illness? In my case, it was exposure to cosmic radiation here. I have secondary aplastic anemia. Unlike home, the surface of beyond gets hit by a good deal of radiation. So they must offer some sort of compensation, right? Unfortunately, they haven't set up anything official yet, no. Anti-space groups like the Repatriatists do offer some support money, but I don't want to end up being used by people like them. That's also something that I'm aware. Like, before any sort of deep space travel is really possible, like, successfully, you would want to, like, find a way to make the ships resistant to radiation, because in space, where you don't have the atmosphere and stuff like that, like, solar radiation can hit you pretty hard, and with like a long journeys, like say you're going to Mars, you know, it takes about what, like, you know, eight months to a year, might have some negative effects. How do you treat something like that? Someone at your father's work was just saying you need a bone marrow transplant? Yeah. Dad talked me into getting immunosuppressive drug therapy. I could see why he wanted me to try it, but it's not doing much. Apparently, in moderate to severe cases like mine, hormone therapy has no effect either. That bad, huh? My only remaining option is the bone marrow transplant. A bone marrow transplant? They replaced my damaged marrow with marrow from a healthy person. But in order to do the transplant, they need marrow from someone with the same HAL type as me. HLA. We still haven't found some of my type. The transplant costs are enormous too. The transplant costs, the hospitalization fees, the immunosuppressants. I don't know where I'm going to get all the money, even if we do find a donor. You don't look like you're strapped for cash or anything. It's more expensive than you think. Until recently, my position on the waiting list was 5, which is for people who can't even pay for the transplant. But last month, I finally got some hope. So I'm not actually sure. The way they talked about it, they were talking as if made me, like, Ed and fella Jonathan. They seemed like very confused. They were like, bone marrow transplant? I'm pretty sure bone marrow transplants are possible now. I think some of that maybe. This can't be an easy thing to talk about, but it's necessary for our investigation. What can you tell us about your parents? My father's a terrestrial who immigrated to Beyond shortly after it was completed. Your mother told me they met on Takagawa's festival for Japanese people. That's correct. He said Mom was inconsolable after your accident. Lorraine. He devoted himself to her. They married 6 months later. The audio's going weird again. I'm not sure what is making it do that. So if I save it again, it should work, I guess. It's weird. It's a weird little annoying thing to fix. It's weird. It's not on our belt. What's all you got there? This is my cell phone. I mean, news anchors are pretty busy, huh? Back in the day when a cell phone, I guess, would have been a sign of great importance. That's not the main reason I have it, actually. Do you know someone called Michael Saito? He works at Tokugawa Pharmaceuticals. Saito. No, never heard of him before. Well, let's just get down to it now. Do you have any theories about what might have happened to your father? He's not the type of person to disappear and not tell anyone. He must have become involved in something. Did he mention anything in particular before he went missing? Actually, yeah. The word Plato several times. I don't know what he meant by it. Again with this Plato, or Pluto, whatever it is. So you don't know what he could have meant by this Plato or Pluto thing? Your mother mentioned it too. Wish I knew. There's nowhere with a name like that here. What does your father do at Tokugawa Pharmaceuticals? All I know is he's involved with developing new pharmaceuticals. To your understanding, what kind of work is it? I don't know. He's never really talked about it. He never discussed it, his work at home? Not with me, anyway.
ロレインのことは
母の仮葬儀は終わりました。母は友人も少なかったし、私だけの寂しい葬儀でした。
遺体は
難しいみたい。せめてお骨だけでもって思うんですけど。
残念ながらビヨンドへの遺体の持ち込みは許可されないでしょう。
父が知ったらどんなに悲しむか。
遺留品は
遺留品も無理らしいです。
そうですか。お気の毒に。ロレインに君のこと頼むって言われた。
そうですか。
It's a sad, sad story. Mom used to show me this. I brought it with me to prove who I am if need be.
カレン、この写真。
She does look a lot like her.
ロレインとの写真だ。処分は君に任せる。
どうして？
ロレインはここにいる。このビヨンドに生きている。俺のところじゃない。処分を任せる。
わかったわ。
You're a good man, Jonathan. I think that might be all I can ask her. That's one of Mom's flower vases. She did a lot of flower arranging. Lorraine always did like flowers. This isn't a zero-gravity ceramic, is it? That's unusual for Beyond. Right, it's porcelain. Mom probably ordered it from home. Flowers and plants reminded her of home, I'm sure. Those, her bangles? What are those? These are medical bracelets. My doctor told me that these will prevent post-op rejection and also lower my chances of getting graft versus host disease. So can I leave? Oh, Hojo's room.
Hojo さんの部屋を見せてもらえないかな。
父の部屋。ああ、書斎なら。
書斎があるんですか。
ええ。
それじゃあ、
Is that a big
書斎
deal?
を見せてもらえますか。
どうぞこっちです。ここが父の書斎の日本間です。
Yeah, it looks real Japanese. I wonder, like, what it is that, like, inspires this sort of floor plan. Because, like, just, like, the floor plan alone, like, this little design, just gives off a really big Japanese vibe, for some reason.
そのカードは
父の ID カードじゃないかしら。それは
It's like
確か
Kinzo.
カードです。父は用心深い人でしたから。
カレンさん、ちょっとこれ預かってもいいかな。
いいですけど、徳川には内緒ですよ。コピーがあったなんて知れたら大変ですから。
Is there a way for me to examine it? Or something? Almost all the clothes I wear on camera are CG. Your clothes are CG too? Well, I'm not naked during filming, of course. I do wear something. They alter it with CG at the other end. That must be why you always seem to change so fast. They also make slight adjustments of the color of my clothing depending on my condition and the day's news. Wow, I didn't know they did things like that. That's actually really crazy. Like, it just goes more to that sort of weird thing of, like, how much, the truth is being bended by the media, man. Can I ask her about the ID card? I hope that can help somehow. Okay, then. See these drawers? What? It's a zashiki desk, a desk you place on tatami. You sit on the floor with your legs folded under you. It looks like that, yeah. Oh, the audio is going out again. Right, I'm gonna end the part here because it's about time, and next time we'll explore this study. I'm gonna explore the audio a little bit more, see if I can get it sorted out, and till next time, look it out!